Hey up. Time for a weird one, and apparently a sequel. Demons 3, The Ogre. Let's have a look at this word salad, shall we? Originally just called The Ogre, this is a 1989 Italian made-for-TV horror film, directed by Lamberto Bava and based on the original screenplay for The House by the Cemetery, directed by Lucio Fulci, and we covered this in episode 10. Lamberto Bava's name might also sound familiar to you, because he did direct a film we've already seen in the collection. He directed episode 4's A Blade in the Dark, which I wasn't a big fan of. And he also directed the original two Demons films. These were produced as well by Dario Argento, and they're really good, but they have absolutely nothing to do with this film. As a quick aside, by the way, Arrow's 4K re-releases of Demons 1 and 2 are excellent, and they're well worth grabbing, even if they did balls the sound up on Demons 1. But they sent out replacement discs. But that is beside the point.
Bobby, where are you? Bobby? Bobby? Where are you, Bobby?
Come on, I'll show you my room.
I've never been in a boy's bedroom before.
There's always the first time.
The film follows a family who are on holiday in Italy. The mother/wife of the family is a writer, and she's plagued by nightmares of an ogre that attacks her. Eventually though, the dreams become a reality and they have to fight the ogre. And that's about it really. It's a very basic plot that gets pretty boring after the first half. Unfortunately, it suffers very much in the same way that A Blade in the Dark suffered, in that everything just amounts to nothing.
Do you like my painting? You like it? You like my painting?
Let's start with some good points. The acting and dubbing is pretty decent here. There's the odd funny line here and there, but it's nothing terrible. The sets are a real standout. They are fantastic. They really capture that old gothic feel. Everything's covered in dust and cobwebs. There's always something interesting in the background of shots to be looking at. Really great job on those. And the design for the ogre, it's okay, it's fine. It's a little troll too, but it's passable. And now for the major bad point. The gore is non-existent. This is barely a horror film really. And I was massively disappointed, especially after watching Demons 1 and 2, which are just filled with gore. Now I know this has got nothing to do with those films technically, but still, because the name was attached, I thought it'd have a little more to do with them. Bava's got on record saying that this film suffered quite a lot from self-censorship. Because he was directing the film for TV, he didn't want to get the project cancelled, and he thought there was a lot of stuff that he couldn't show on TV, so he ended up cutting a lot of stuff out himself. And sadly, it really shows.
Come on, admit that you're letting your fantasy, your writer's fantasy, get the better of you, huh?
I won't admit shit.
So, outside of the gore, the thing that really kills this film is definitely its pacing. And I'll admit, for the first half of this film I was enjoying myself, you know? It was slow, it was quite drawn out, but it felt like it was building to something. And along with the great soundtrack and the really amazing sets, it was very easy to get lost in the atmosphere. But then I started to realise that nothing was happening. And this kept going, and I started getting more impatient. All these suspenseful shots built up to absolutely nothing. And then before I knew it, I was 85 minutes in to this 90-minute film. Spoilers, I'm going to ruin the ending now for you. I'm sure nobody cares. 85 minutes in, there's a little confrontation with the ogre. There's a chase, the family jump in a car and they run him over. Thank you. But seriously, they do run him over and that's it. Run him over, that's it. End of confrontation. The film ends. And that whole bit takes about 1 minute. Massive, massive disappointment.
This is not one of your horror stories. This is reality. And reality doesn't include handprints.
You bastard!
The print for this one's actually pretty decent. It's clear both in the audio department and the visual department. There were a few audio pops here and there, and one really big one that made me jump. But that's about it. Pretty good. And on the disc, same as we always get. Except we don't get the claw trailer at the beginning again. I guess that's done with now? Maybe? Who knows? And let's have a look at this case. It's fine, really. The synopsis does read a little strange, like it's been ran through a translator or something. But it does get the point across fine. A second draft would have been nice, though. Outside of that, everything's correct. Maybe they've finally started pulling the finger out a little bit. Overall then, this was very boring. It suffered heavily by not really having anything in it except from decent sets, and I would definitely avoid this film. But definitely check out Demons 1 and 2. I know they've got nothing to actually do with this film, but these are very entertaining, very gory, very fun films, and the Arrow restorations in 4K are fantastic. Well worth checking out. There's no Blu-ray for Demons 3 in the UK, I'm not surprised. So if you wanted a copy for some weird reason, you stuck with the Vipco release. But to be fair, the print was pretty decent. So, very, very, very boring. That's the name of the game this week, boring. Let's hope that changes next week, and I have no idea at all what this next film's about. We're going to be checking out Death Screams.